Hey guys, Stu from Pace Athletic here, and we're talking Glycerins today, the Brooks Glycerin. So we have the whole lineup here, starting from the Glycerin GTS 23 down to the Max and the Glycerin Flex. So how do these fit in our lineup? Where should we be using them? Who do they suit? Let's run through all of that right now. Starting with the Brooks Glycerin 23. So this is the tried and tested faithful of the Glycerin family. It's been around this is the 23rd version. It's the shoe that started it all for Brooks, and it's always been their like really protective, cushion, neutral daily trainer. And that's exactly what it still is. It's the daily trainer. It's the shoe you can use for all your runs if you like. But again, it's the workhorse of the family. A really hard outsole for plenty of miles, 38mm stack height, 30 in the forefoot with an 8mm drop. It's going to be in that sweet spot for these sorts of shoes. So we have a really comfortable upper, as we know and expect from all Glycerins. And I guess just a really good update to the Glycerin. This is going to be, if you're using this shoe, a lot of runners have had this at some point in the past. It's a really well-known name in the running world, the Glycerin. So if you've had the Glycerin before, this will appeal to you. So some really nice refinements to what has been such a good shoe. And I think using DNA tuned, their nitrogen infused outsole material, so the nitrogen infused midsole material kind of gives the whole Glycerin family this cushion but responsive feel. So from a daily trainer, you're still getting this nice poppiness that we kind of like now from our daily trainers. So again, it's safe, it's protective, it's a daily trainer, but it still gives you that little bit of extra pop that we're kind of after now when we're running. So you get that from all your runs. So the Glycerin 23, I guess, a really perfect refinement now to the Glycerin model. And again, it's going to slot in as your daily trainer, a shoe that you can use multiple times during the week. So Glycerin 23 is a neutral shoe. That kind of brings us into the GTS. So the Glycerin GTS 23 is, again, very similar characteristics to the standard inline Glycerin. However, we've got the inclusion of these guide rails. So the guide rail support in these shoes is going to act as like a little bit of a cradle and give your foot support when you need it if you're overpronating, or later in your runs if you find yourself landing a little heavy on your heel and you just want that extra bit of support. That's exactly how this shoe performs. So you're still getting DNA tuned, a really nice midsole material, same stack height as the Glycerin, so 38mm in the heel, 30 in the forefoot, an 8mm pitch. Same upper again, so it's this jacquard knit, so lightweight, form-fitting, really breathable. So the stepping comfort on all the Glycerins is amazing, but again, there's certainly no compromise here. So a lot of characteristics are the same as the Glycerin, as we would expect, but again, you've just got that inclusion of this little bit of the guide rail, that extra bit of medial support. So a really stable shoe. And I guess if you are finding yourself overpronating a little bit, or later in your runs, if you're a little heavier on the heel, this is probably going to be the one for you. So a little bit extra protection there, but still a daily trainer shoe you can put on multiple times during the week. The DNA tuned, as we know now, is a really kind of versatile material, hard wearing, hard working. It lasts for many, many kilometers. So it's the perfect daily trainer. If this is not quite for you and you want to step it up a little bit more, we go to the Glycerin Max. So we've got 45mm of stack height here. It's the same midsole material, DNA tuned. So once again, it's a cushion but responsive toe-off sort of feeling. As you can see, there's a lot of stack height in there, and they've added, I guess, extra width to give you stability as well. So although we've got a really kind of plush max stack daily trainer here, it's going to be really stable. What I would use this shoe for is, if you've got a Glycerin and that's your daily trainer, this is the perfect long run, easy run shoe. So if you're doing a Sunday long run and the body's a little tired from the runs during the week, put this on, cruise through your long run. You can allow your body to recover a little bit while still getting the kilometers in. So what we've got here is also a little bit of a rocker through the forefoot. That kind of gives you a really smooth transition the whole way from the heel, where that first point of contact for a lot of runners, through to the toe off is super smooth. It kind of rolls you from one foot to the next, And then we've got this jacquard knit upper again. It's the same as the Glycerin, so super comfortable, really breathable. The stepping comfort, like these other models, is going to be really comfortable. So trying these on in the shop, the first feel is amazing. And I guess taking them out for a jog, you've got plenty of cushioning, but again, the DNA tune kind of gives you this awesome kind of responsive toe off. So a lot of foam, you might think it kind of looks like it's a big shoe, it's a lot of shoe. It's quite a lightweight package, but again, the foam kind of gives you that extra bit of propulsion, responsiveness that we're kind of longing for in these types of shoes. So Glycerin Max was a hit. So Glycerin Max 2 is refinement to what was a really good shoe. And I think in this Glycerin family, it adds this max stack, recovery, easy run shoe, and it kind of, I guess, nails the top end of this lineup. So the newest addition to the Glycerin family is the Glycerin Flex. Now this is a little bit of a curveball, something a little bit different, but I think such a good shoe to have in this lineup. So we've got Glycerin Max, the inline Glycerin, the GTS for support, then we come down to the Flex. And the big thing here is these flex grooves through the forefoot, and that's really going to give you this kind of amazing flexibility through your toe and allow your foot, or allow the shoe to move with your body a bit more. Whereas these shoes are giving you protection and control, this one kind of is a little bit of a step back, allowing your foot to move more naturally. So whilst we've got that, we do have DNA tuned again. So you've got this cushioning that we're kind of used to, that we expect from a Glycerin model. They haven't changed that, but they've added these flex grooves. So that's the unique thing here. We've got 36 mil in the heel, so a little bit lower than the other shoes, 38's in the Glycerin, and a 30 mil in the forefoot, giving you a 6 mil heel drop. So still in that sweet spot, but again, a little bit less stacked than some of the other models. So it's running from top to bottom, we got 45 in the Glycerin Max, 38 in the Glycerins in the Glycerin GTS, and 36 here. So we're kind of stepping down through the family. A really nice knitted upper, and again, as we know, it's going to be a form-fitting, put your foot in, feels really nice, super breathable, quite durable as well. They all work together really well, and this is going to be a shoe you can use for multiple runs during the week. I think it can take you long if you want, but also a really nice, shorter, snappier shoe, and something that allows your body to, or allows your feet to exercise a little bit as well. So in these, I guess, thicker, more stacked shoes nowadays, the feet kind of lose that connection to the road. So this is a nice step back to allow your body to move naturally, allow your feet to exercise, so get the muscles working there a bit more, while still giving you a nice bit of protection. So that's the Glycerin family. We have Glycerin Max, Glycerin 23, Glycerin GTS 23, and the latest Glycerin Flex. A really kind of nice lineup now from Max Stack daily trainer into the Glycerin Flex, which is still a daily trainer with a little bit of a twist with these flex grooves. So the whole Glycerin family now available at Pace Athletic.